Baseball teams across the state were also looking to punch their ticket to the state tournament. That includes the Kingsley-Pierson Panthers, who are looking to make their second straight trip to Carroll when they took on Newell Fonda. Now, the last time these two met, the Mustangs won 5-4. Both teams scoreless in the sixth. Panthers bases loaded, 2 outs. Easton Nissen hits a ball to deep center, but Carter Sievers makes the catch, and that'll end the inning. We'll go to the top of the 7th. Tyler Cook drives a base hit down the line. That brings in Connor Bielner from third. And the first lead of the game goes to KP. They're up 1-0. Keeping the 2-out rally going. Bo Bubke sends a hard hit ground ball up the middle. Infielders run into each other. And Cook scores. Kingsley-Pierson. They're heading back to the state tournament as they win 2-0.